fabulous Diane von Furstenberg white linen suit that I wish I had picked out to wear today. So anyway, welcome. Most of you know Carrie. Welcome, Carrie. So now we start talking about our spring trends. Thank you. Without further ado, Carrie Miller.
Thank you, everybody. So welcome back to those of you who have joined us before for our spring trend presentation, and welcome to those of you who this is your first time. Hopefully it's going to be lots of fun for you. Now, I know that you've heard me say this before, but one of my favorite reasons to work with Ncl is because you guys know what you're doing already. I mean, I look out into the audience every time and I think, well, I can just sit down and y'all can do the fashion show, right? So I had an idea late last night that we were going to put that to the test for this year. So, how many of you watched the Academy Awards this week? Okay, good, excellent. We'll play off of the best picture winner. We're going to have a little game show right now. So you watch everybody coming down the red carpet. You watch everybody on the stage. How about you tell me, what were the trends that you saw emerging this year? One shoulder. Excellent. We have a prize for you. What else? Oh, we got one in the back.
Big necklace.
One at a time. We said pink, but you said something else.
And floral.
Bright colors and florals, you said.
Yes.
We have something for you. Now, I heard the secret for your answer, and then I heard it shouted out from there, so we're going to have to get another bag because they did say it simultaneously. The other one was big necklaces and gold jewelry, right? So we need another bag. Okay. Roll it back there. We did both say it. So you're right. You guys are already on top of all of the important trends that we're talking about for this season. So I don't know how many of you are going to be walking on the red carpet anytime soon, but I'm not. So we're going to translate those trends that we talked about into some things that you can wear in your everyday use. So let's get started by talking about bright color and floral. This is one of my favorite looks this season. You know, one of the interesting things about spring is that this is really a season of optimism. And we're really seeing that reflected through all of the bright, energetic, positive colors and beautiful overblown floral prints. This is from Blue Marine, and we really love this look because it's the classic little chic dress, but popped up in all of this season's important trends. You'll notice too, as the models come out today, take a good look at their shoes. These gold platforms are from Miu Miu, but we're going to talk a lot about these sort of aggressive shoes, as we like to call them in the fashion parlance. Now, we're talking about bright color. That's running the gamut all the way to beyond. No, you're not having a flashback to the 80s. This is indeed 2009. And this is a beautiful interpretation of this bright color from Forensic Floor, who is a new vendor to us as part of our beautiful new designer floor renovation. And what they're really known for are all of these architectural details. What's really cool about their looks is, I'm going to take the belt off so you can see another way that we can wear this dress. But it can be worn loosey-goosey like this. And again, it has all of the draping detail and that sort of architectural element. But then you can belt it to give it some control and control the volume. Or it's television, you can let it on. And you'll notice too, before we send Lisa away, we popped it with, again, bright neon pink bag. This is from Alexander McQueen. And putting all of the bright colors together is one very bold way to interpret the trend. But as you'll see throughout, adding in little pops of color is probably an easier way to add this into your wardrobe, which probably at this point consists of a lot of black and gray from all of the past seasons. This is one of my favorite dresses for spring. This is from Millie, which is down in our contemporary floor. And it's, I think, just a great way, again, to take that classic little strapless dress, perfect for, say, the mother-daughter luncheon, and bring all of that wonderful color into it. Again, just little, bits and pieces of the color. It's not, the head-to-toe neon. But again, you can pop it with a little bit of color in the accessories. Now, when we saw Lisa just a second ago, we talked about how all of the color together is maybe a little startling to the eye after so many seasons of neutrals. And one of our favorite ways to interpret all of these bright colors is to pop it against something very neutral, like the cap. This great little strappy shoe from Jimmy Choo sort of softens the look. It's not so, 80s kind of moment. It makes it a little bit softer, a little more modern, and a little more understandable. Head to toe color is not for the faint-hearted, that's for sure. So this is a great way to just make it a little bit easier into your wardrobe and work with some of the things that you probably already have. Now, another new vendor that we're so thrilled to have a beautiful new shop as part of our designer renovation is Roberto Cavalli. And I know this is a big favorite down here in Orange County. He's really known for all of these wonderful, sexy, beautiful knits, silk knits, silk jerseys, so it's easy to wear, it's comfortable, it doesn't hurt to look like Mindy when you're wearing it. But again, it's, that celebration of bright color, but in a little bit of a softer way. And what's really fun about an easy little dress like this is, it's no fuss, no muss. You don't have to, think about how it goes together. Have it with a great little shoe, a wonderful handbag. You can throw a jacket over it, a great white jacket with a belt and wear it for daytime. Take the jacket off and you're ready to head out into the evening. Now, sort of the counterpoint to all of the bright neon color that we're seeing this season, because spring 2009 there's really something for everybody. I think as the designers were going through their design process, nobody knew how the end of the year was going to kind of shake down. So everybody had to do a little bit of everything. And the counterpoint to all of that bright color are these soft, romantic looks. This is one of my favorite dresses this season. This is from Chloe. Again, we have a beautiful new Chloe shop as part of our designer renovation. And this is, I think, a very modern interpretation of just a great little classic day dress. What I love about it is that it has the pockets. So I love the dress with pockets because then you have something to do with your hands when you're dealing about with your cocktails and where to put your keys. One of the things too I wanted to talk about while she has this dress on and I have on this suit, every spring, every summer, we see this infusion of linen, right? And you'll tend to be a little bit nervous about linen because it seems like it's, kind of clean, it's worried about ironing it, et cetera, et cetera. But keep in mind that the wrinkles and the distress are part of the beauty of the linen. You want to embrace that. Don't worry about ironing out every detail. The more crumpled, sort of the better linen gets. It's a very, very ancient fabric. The ancient Egyptians used linen fabrics. So sort of embrace that. Little interesting historical notes. Minor in costume history. The way that they achieved all of that great pleating in ancient Greece and ancient Egypt was to take the wet linen and wrinkle it, to twist it or to pleat it, to create that look. So embrace that. That's very much a part of how the linen is supposed to be interpreted. Oh, any questions? Fabulous shoes. These are from Jimmy Choo. And the handbag is YSL?
Yes.
Correct? Thank you. Hey, Santa Mirage. When, I mentioned a little bit earlier that we're talking about the aggressive shoe this season. And that can be everything from the very strappy Jimmy Choo that we're going to see again in a second to just a little bit of a platform. If you're not ready to go full hog to the crazy, 2-inch platform, strappy dominatrix shoe that we love to see on the runway because it looks so fabulous. Just a little bit of a platform is great. It also makes the shoe a little bit more comfortable because the ball of your foot isn't pounding on the floor. And for those of you who consider yourselves height challenged, this is a great season. Lots and lots of platforms this season. I also love this shoe. You're going to see it again later in the show. Because it really goes with everything. When we're talking about all of these bright colors, this sort of neutral melange shoe